my letter, that Mr. Leeson and Mr. Evans look into it. His response to me that he put on my desk last Tuesday was, your memo of October 21 does not provide sufficient cause to conduct the investigation requested.
But then he did invite you to have a talk, right?
After I got a phone call from, I got a text from Mr. Evans. You available to talk? Sure, no problem. I was on the way to a driving appointment in Easton, and he said, the mayor would like you to come in and talk. And I said, Eric, he just called my claims unwarranted, unfounded, and whatever else adjectives he used. And he denied me. Now, because I told Eric that in the conversation that I had, after the meeting, I was so upset that he knew what I was upset about, 100%, right? The fact that he said that my claims were, or that my statement, or my opinion, that I believe it was unethical, my opinion, right, as a councilman, that I was so upset with it that I actually showed the press, who was here, I think the three of them were here, and I said, Eric, I'm giving you a heads up. I gave my email, which I sent to the mayor on October 19th or whatever it was, 18th, and I just gave them the reply from the mayor. And all of a sudden, the very next day, out of the blue, right? I mean, right away, Councilman Callahan, this letter is a follow-up to the phone call per my directive by Mr. Evans of 3:15 p.m. today, requesting your presence before Solicitor Bill Leeson, Business Administrator Eric Evans, and Human Resources Director Michelle, and for an interview about the allegation. Now he wants to talk because he knows that I handed over the documentation to the press. And I said, Eric, that boat sailed, okay? I gave him numerous opportunities to try to handle this the right way. And now because, I informed the press that this memo, which I think is item 6 in your packet, is, in my opinion, completely reactionary to me telling Mr. Evans that I had given my original memo and his reply memo to the press. That's all. And I don't know if I ever got to your answer, because it was going back and forth. All I want, and all I ever wanted, was to find out if it's true or not. That's it. I simply wanted the mayor to have his BA and his solicitor look into it. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't know how many employees are down there, maybe 10, 15. It took 5 minutes to interview each one. Could have been over in a day or two. I gave him 30 days. So, and I don't want anybody fired. I don't. All I wanted is accountability. If it happened, there needed to be a letter in file, or possibly a couple of days off without pay. I don't know. But it was out of my hands at that point. And I had, it was either me drop it and not bring it up again, which I could not do. I mean, I knew people out there who were waiting for 5 months for a permit. It should take 2 weeks. By law, I believe it's 2 weeks. The city's got to get back to them. So, I don't want to be here. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to be here. I wish this was resolved. I wish the mayor would have looked into it and just had, quick interviews. Hey, there's some concerns here. Did this happen? If there was, then he needed to look into it a little bit deeper. If there wasn't, and they came back and said, Brian, hey, there's nothing there, I'd have walked away. I would never brought it up again. But I was getting, and all of you know, that my tone changed in June, in July, in the summertime, and that's why. And to all of you who were offended by my tone, I apologize. But I got it out now, and I feel better. And hopefully my tone changes now. So.
A question related to you not wanting to be here. Do I understand that there's nothing in the system, if you will, for people like this who have a problem? In other words, people come to you to do something, but I'm thinking of the whistleblower kinds of things that are going on in the national level now.
Yeah,
There's nothing
I don't know if
in
it's that big of a thing, but I mean,
but there's no way for those people to have brought that up internally. Then.
council people get, I mean, if I told you the stuff we get hit with every
I
day,
get it,
it's
yeah.
unbelievable. I mean, and I don't mind, I like it, you know, but, I mean, it's small stuff all the way down from, you know, my grandmother was coming out of Notre Dame church parking lot on Catasauqua Road last spring, and she blew out a tire, and it cost her $250, you know, to get realigned and everything else, right, with a new tire. And she said, I don't know why, you know, the city doesn't take care of these potholes. And I said, ma'am, I said, tell me where the pothole is, and I'll have it fixed. And I called up Mr. Ackle, and this is the thing, I have a great relationship with every one of his department heads. I mean, I see him out all the time. So it's, you know, it's not like, and I get along with the mayor. I've worked with him on a lot of stuff, but something was there that just didn't sit with me right, that I could just drop it. And so, you know, and that's what happened. I mean, I'm not saying it's just me. Every council member, you know, people see out, hey, you know, can you help me with this, or you know, there's a pothole here. Or, I mean, that's our job, you know. And I get phone calls all the time. This is probably one of the most serious things you know, that someone's ever said to me. What do I do with it? And I told you, I sat on it for a couple months. I didn't say anything to anybody. I had no idea what to do with it. And then I talked to the two council people, and I bounced it off them, you know. Then I called the mayor. No action. I asked about executive council, executive session, denied. He knew why I wanted to go. I asked council to go, denied. I wrote a letter. I got a response back 30 days later saying he's not doing an investigation. And then, literally 5 minutes later, he starts ripping into me because I asked a pointed question with tone, and he called it an attack. I mean, I never left my chair. I have a gym voice. I'm a health and PE teacher. I project my voice, and I know, and I, you know, I don't know what to do. People don't like my tone. It's the way I talk. I mean, it's the way I'm talking to you now. I'm not being angry. I'm intense. You know, I wrestle my whole life. I see a problem, I go after it. That's who I am. And after my wife's death, I changed. I mean, stuff's serious to me. You know, if it's not, why get out? You know, and I'm not. You know, you know me. You know, I've had numerous conversations. I'm an intense guy. It's the way I am. I can't change my personality. But for him to say that I attacked her because I asked her to point, I mean, you can go back and look at the records. I said, Miss Carter, did you call two parking authority members? I just asked a question. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. Did you or didn't you? She didn't answer. You know, I think as a council person, I am allowed to ask questions. You know, did I have a tone? Maybe I did, right? But I have a reason to have a tone since June or July, because I feel like something's not right here. You know, it didn't make sense. So.
Is there an established procedure, Mr. Callahan, for someone who's got a complaint, like an employee?
I don't know. I'd have to
take that. In other words, is there some kind of a whistleblower?
I would have to talk to the human resources director about it. I don't know. I'd have to ask the human resources director about it.
I can ask the human resources.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you.
I don't know. You know, I mean, I'll be honest with you. This was it was disturbing if true. You know, I mean, people's permits, if true, right? I don't know if it's true. I'm asking the mayor, hey, you know, can you look into this? That's it. And I was trying to keep it low key. And anybody that thinks that, you know, that I wasn't is totally false. Because I had a conversation, I asked to go to executive session, denied. sent out a memo that very few people, I didn't want it out there. I was hoping, honestly, that Mr. Leeson, Ms. Evans would look into it and come back and say, there's nothing there. Okay, no problem, thank you.